Healthy Beginnings.
I'm Diane Murray-Fleck, Executive Director of Healthy Beginnings. We're a nonprofit that has served Central Oregon for over 20 years by providing free comprehensive health and developmental screenings for children under the age of 5. About 40% of Central Oregon children arrive to kindergarten with some sort of barrier or concern to learning. And about half of those children that have an identified concern don't graduate high school. Parenting has gotten really complicated. So has medicine and education, and we're one pathway that is free and mobile and setting up shop right where families live, making it super easy to have any of your concerns addressed and making it super easy to care for your family. Success for Healthy Beginnings is being a warm touch for a family that may have felt disconnected or had a concern for a while and wasn't sure where to go. They would come to us and spend an hour and a half at all of our stations and speak with our experts. Possibly we would identify a concern and that we would get them to a referral source that could spend quality time with them addressing that concern. So what we do, although it seems small, has a huge impact on high school graduation rates and the quality of our workforce and basically the future of Central Oregon and our quality of life.
J Youth Services.
I'm Amy Fraley, Program Director at J Youth Services, and I've been with J for 8 years. J serves thousands of kids every year in a variety of different ways. The kids that we work with, first we meet their basic needs, and if a kid's not being fed, if they're not being sheltered, if they're not safe, then they can't learn to do things differently. We address thinking errors that provide an opportunity for them to see their potential and see that potential for a long period of time. This is not a one and done. We build relationships and foster kids all the way through.
I enjoy working with kids. I enjoy, trying to be able to provide them the structure, the direction and the support so that they can be successful in their lives.
I didn't think I deserved a second chance. I didn't think that I deserve to go back out in the community and try to show that I'm a different person. And I've never been told that before. And I know that when Amy said that she actually meant it. This place and my parole officers actually inspired me to do criminal justice so I can become a parole and probation officer or even a police officer or help out programs, and yeah, it's helped a lot.
We have kids that come back all the time. We have staff that came through our programs that come back and want to provide the same experience or even a better experience for other vulnerable members of our community.
There was a kid that worked down at a Ford dealership in Medford, Oregon, who said that he was in charge of some employees and he taught them the same thing that we taught them, how to identify tactics and thinking errors and be able to correct them. So that's pretty rewarding, again, hearing back from the kids that have graduated or left in any way, shape, or form, and just telling us how successful they are.
Across J, in every single program, if you ask the kids what they want people to know, they want the community to know that they're not bad kids, that maybe they made a bad choice, but they want the opportunity to do different, and they deserve that opportunity. And that's what we give them. We give them a chance.
Redmond Proficiency Academy.
My name is John Bullock, and I am the Executive Director of the Redmond Proficiency Academy. In a traditional education system, time is the constant and learning is the variable. Everybody goes to school the same amount of time, and at the end of that, they're given a grade that says this is how much you learned. In a proficiency-based system, we make learning the constant and time the variable. So you can go as fast as you need to, or if you need to slow down, that works as well. And so we focus on making sure we have smaller class sizes, focus on making sure they have opportunities to learn outside the classroom, focus on ensuring they have the technology they need to learn. Every year we have a 180-degree award that goes to a student who's overcome great obstacles to get to graduation. And they get to be the last person to speak at our graduation, and they're the one that tells their classmates to turn their tassels. We have stories like that of students who people maybe gave up on or maybe gave up on themselves, but we try to outlast that. We've injected competition into the public sector by creating an opportunity where students can demonstrate their knowledge at the same level or beyond as their peers and do so at a lower cost. We're able to do that because we're a nonprofit company. And as a nonprofit company, our focus is on ensuring that we deliver as many of the resources as possible to the students. What we provide students is an opportunity to come to school, whoever you are, from wherever you're from, and get an education that's rooted in you becoming who you want to be. And that's what sets us apart, I think, from other educational opportunities, is that we're not trying to make you into our image, we're trying to make you into the best image of who you are.
The Giving Plate.
My name is Renee Staley, and I am the Executive Director of the Giving Plate Food Bank in Bend, Oregon. Our story as an organization actually starts back in 2008. My parents and my husband and I, we lost our homes to the economy. And that's when my mom had this idea of starting this small mom and pop food bank that could maybe serve 500 families. The money that we were using was from an accident my mom was in, and she'd gotten this really small settlement. And that's what she was thinking, how can I use this money to make a bigger impact? We are very intentional to create relationship and to get to know our guests and their stories and connect them to other resources, because every person is important. Over 60% of the individuals we serve as an organization are under the age of 18. One of our programs is called Kids Corner, and we are the only ones in Oregon, possibly the nation, with this kind of concept where kids are empowered to come in and they get to shop and choose the food that they receive. So even kids who don't have a need come in and think it's the coolest place ever. We really want to create a space and an environment that people actually can look forward to coming to, instead of feeling that shame and that guilt surrounding needing food relief. A few years ago, we were asked what one word would describe the Giving Plate. So we polled our guests on social media, and no one defined us with food. People gave words like hope and security, dignity, respect, community, love. And it was so encouraging, because we work really hard to not just provide food, but to create that space that feels safe and welcoming. And to hear that our guests see us that way, that felt like a win, and that felt like success in itself.
Volunteers in Medicine Clinic of the Cascades.
Volunteers in Medicine was started back in the early 2000s. Dr. Ron Carver was our first medical director and one of the founding board members. And he went to every single provider in this community and said, we want to start this clinic. Here's the concept, here's the model, will you participate? And every single person said, yes, of course I will. So from that legacy back in 2004, we have continued that up until today. And we still have that level of commitment. It's really this whole community bringing that to bear.
Working at the Volunteers in Medicine Clinic is particularly nice because the patients here are beyond grateful. They're just so happy to have a place to come, number one. And then when you ask them to do something, they actually do it. And they come back with their blood pressure readings, or they come back with their blood sugar readings. They just show you gratitude. They make the whole experience really nice.
Bend is so fortunate to have this. And we've just helped thousands of families and people since it's been here.